We are a small research group working together to achieve this target. And the principal investigator is Dr. Sampath, who is a lecturer at the University of Colombo School of Computing. I'm Udayanga Sampath, working as a research assistant, and as well as there are two other members in our group, Rukshani Purendran, MPhil student, and research intern, Vinuri Piyatilaka. And this project basically depends on the previous project that the University of Colombo School of Computing done in the year 2017, that they call it ILOC-NOD, a system that detects the presence of elephant using the infrasonic emissions. As we all know, the elephants have their infrasonic sounds that we cannot hear because it's below our hearing level. So we are trying to figure out which kind of frequencies that they are emissions and detect by this ILOC-NOD, and they have done in year 2017, but they couldn't complete the project. That they just in the beginning of they just built the prototype, and they have done some of the preliminary experiments, but they didn't complete in the real ground and in the real world experience. So in this new ILOC project, we are trying to reproduce this node with the new technologies and practically implement in real world and detect the elephants and reduce the human-elephant conflict. As you all know that even in recently we heard in news that there are so many elephants died and as well as the humans died because of this conflict. We have to address this as soon as possible because the elephant the population is declined and the humans also contributing for that, as well as we need to protect humans as well, because most of the rural areas that they don't have choice whether they have to leave the place or you have to fight with them. That's a bad situation, by the way. And when we consider with the previous ILOC-NG nodes and ILOC-NOD, the ILOC-NG node is different. In this project, we are contributing to two major activities. The first one is developing of reliable and low-cost infrasonic capturing devices. There are some devices that you can capture elephant infrasonic, but the thing is, as a researchers, we cannot afford that the cost because they are highly expensive and you cannot afford just for your research purpose. So we are trying to reduce the cost and use the maximum technology and find the best solution for the recording elephant infrasonics. And the second part of this project is do the machine learning classifications to identify the rumbles that the elephants are using to communicate each other. In that case, we need to use lots of modulations and some of machine learning classifications to identify the rumbles that they are choose to communicate. And we have done some preliminary tests on that part also. And in the beginning of the designing ILOC-NG devices, we found that elephants are communicating with each other with very low frequencies, starting from 14 hertz to up to 500 Hz. Not up to 500 Hz. There are some other high frequencies, but we are not focusing them because we just focus the low frequencies because they are traveling further than the high frequencies. That's the main purpose of this project. And we need to find a reliable power resource to maintain this device. And because they are doing lots of machine learning process, so we are focusing on that too. And the basic thing is these devices must be cost effective because these devices going to use in rural areas, the people should be able to afford these devices. And we use some new technologies for the designing of ILOC-NG nodes. And in processing module, we choose the ESP32 module because it has nice processing power. Other than the other modules, you may heard some Arduino or something, or Raspberry Pi, but Raspberry Pi is highly power consumption is high. So in this ESP32 is really use the low power. So we are choose this module just because of that reason. And in infrasonic microphone, we use Panasonic WM61A because they are able to capture the low frequencies very well. And some storage module that you can simply choose any storage modules, that's micro SD cards or something. And communication module, we use LoRa module, and power supply, Leon batteries. This is the high-level architecture of the ELOC NG node. There are two microphones separately recording, sitting from each other in 3 meters from each other, and those signals directly pass the ESP32 module. We call it analog to digital converter, and then it's started processing inside the processor, and in the storage module, it start to store the data sets. Meantime, LoRa modules are going to communicate with each node to pass the data sets that we have here. And this blue diagram that shows the rumbles that we detected so far in the preliminary test. And to accurately detect the elephant rumbles, we need to perform some machine learning modules and classification methods that to correctly identify which kind of rumbles that they are used in their communication. But the thing is, the machine learning, as you all know, the machine learning take much power consumption, but because of that reason, we are trying to use TinyML to produce these machine learning classifications as well. And in other thing is, we set the sample rates 1000 hertz and 27 second cycles because of we need to use low power in this device. These are some of machine learning classifications that you use: random forest, decision trees, k-near neighbors. Those are the classifications that we use, and we got some nice accuracy results as well. This project is also ongoing project. We hope we will be able to do something nice in future. Thank you.